All right, now in our next session here in web design, I'm going to go ahead and fire up Dreamweaver, and we're going to kind of pick up right where we left off. Let me get Dreamweaver running here. And once I get Dreamweaver going, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to open up that index page kind of right where I left it last time at the end of the last movie. So here comes Dreamweaver. Here we go, and over here on the bottom right hand side I see my site defined here, and I'm just going to open up my index page. I'll just double click it over here and it pops right up. There we go. Now there are a couple of other things that I'm going to do to the look of this page very quickly. I'm going to click right on the edge of this table to select it, just right on the edge of it. And down here on the properties panel where it says border and it has the number 1, I'm going to put a 0 right there. What that's going to do is make it so that the table is still there, but when I view this on a web page, you won't even see those borders. They won't appear at all. And I kind of like that look. You could leave that set at 1, or you could even beef it up to 2 or 3 if you want to, but I'm just going to make mine set on 0. Here's the other thing I'm going to do to change the look of this just a little bit. I'm going to click in this box where my links are, the Iron Man poster, Solar System, Magellan movie. I'm going to click in that box, and I'm going to set the background color of that one to black. I just like that look. That's only an opinion. It's a design thing. I just kind of like the way it looks. So real quickly here, I'm going to save this page. I'll click File and Save, and I'm going to click File, and I'll preview it in a browser. Now remember, you can preview it in whatever browser you want. It could be Internet Explorer or Chrome or Firefox, whatever you want to take a peek in. I'll just do Firefox for right now. It's going to fire that up. All right, so here's how that's looking. All right, I can point to these and kind of roll over them and everything. It's not looking too bad. You know, it might look a little bit better if I made this text in here and this where all of this stuff, if I made that a little bit bigger, might look a little bit better, but it's not too bad. So I'm going to go ahead and close Firefox, and we're going to proceed on now. Now what we got to do, at the end of the last movie, we made all these connections here between these links right here, like Iron Man poster and my poster page and Solar System and my Solar System page. They're all connected. But if I come over here and, for example, if I open my poster page, if I double click on it and open it up, remember, it's an empty page. It's got nothing on it. So it's time for us to work on putting some things on there. That's what we need to do. Now, again, there's a lot of ways to do this, but I'm going to show you some ways, and there's a handout available too for this. The handout's going to be located for you on drive letter L. For right now, I'm going to go to, I'm not connected to drive letter L, the courses drive right now, but I'm going to go to my drive where it is set up here. That's not the right folder. And I'll show you in my handouts folder here what it looks like. If you go to Drive L and go to the assignments folder and go to the web folder for your class, you'll see this file prep right here, web file prep. If I double click that, all the things that I'm about to do are step by step out right here on this handout. Now most of the things that we're going to put on here are either Illustrator files or Photoshop files or Flash files. Now you might be putting your podcast on there, but I'll show you how we're going to handle that. All right, so what you have to do is think about, okay, I'm going to go back to Dreamweaver here, and you have to think about, okay, what am I putting on here? This Iron Man poster, where did I make it? Did I make it in Illustrator? Did I make it in Photoshop? Where did it come from? Well, all right, the Iron Man poster is a Photoshop thing. So I'm going to go to Photoshop here for a minute, and you'll see my diagram loaded up here. And I'm going to open up my Iron Man poster. I'll just click File and Open, and I'm going to browse around here to find my Iron Man poster here. Alright, so I'll get into the folder, and yours should be on your network drive. That's where it ought to be saved, and I just have to get into my folder here and find my Iron Man poster demo. That should be in here somewhere. And maybe I've got it in here. There we go. Alright, so I found my Iron Man poster. There it is. This is one of the things. I want to put this on my web page. Alright, well, here's what I have to do. I got to go to the File menu, and I'm going to do a Save for Web. Alright, again, there's a lot of ways to do this, but I'm showing you one way that works very well. I'm going to do a Save for Web right here in Photoshop. Now, when this dialog box comes up here, it's spinning along here, I'm going to make sure that this option right up here kind of on the top right-hand side is set on JPEG. That's what I want. Keeps good quality to it, but the file is not too big. The preset that I'm going to use here is a JPEG high, and this says JPEG, and that's really all I need. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to click the Save button down at the bottom, and I'm going to go to my web folder. Now remember, yours your web folder should be on your drive H, your network drive. Mine is, I'm not connected to my drive H right now, so I'm going to my drive E, my little hard drive, and I'll go to my web folder, and it's Iron Man. I'll just name this I gotta spell it right. Iron Man poster. And there we go. All right, so that is all taken care of. That file should be ready. I can go back over here to Dreamweaver, and here's what I'm going to do in Dreamweaver. I've got that all ready to go, so I'm going to, at the top, I'll put some text up here. Okay, press enter. It just says my Iron Man poster. And now I want to go ahead and put that poster on there. All right, so I'll say insert image. All right, it's as simple as that. I go to the insert menu and I'm going to insert an image. All right, now I can go look in my web folder that I created, and actually I'm looking in my web folder right here, and it shows. Now if your computer for some reason is not looking in your web folder, then make sure you're looking in your web folder, because that's where I just saved this. So here's Iron Man poster, and I'll click OK. And with this image tag accessibility, I'm just going to go ahead and click OK for right now. All right, there it is. My Iron Man poster shows up on the page. All right, now I'm going to do one other thing. I'm going to click over here to the right of this Iron Man poster and press enter, and then I'm just going to type the words go home, or you could say go back or something like that. All right, I might press enter after that. All right, so I can scroll this up and down. It doesn't quite fit in this window completely. I can scroll it up and down. All right, so let's dress this up a little bit. For this title up here, it says my Iron Man poster. I'm going to drag over that, and I want that to have that heading 1 designation. So down here in the format menu here on the properties panel, I'm going to set that as heading 1, and I want to put that in the center. So I'll go to Format, Align, Center. Got that. All right, now I think I want to do the same thing to the picture. So I'm going to click on the picture and I'll go to Format, Align, Center. That puts that in the middle as well. I like things in the middle, so even this little link down here that says Go Home, I'm going to go to Format, Align, Center. All right, so I've got everything centered on the page. I like the way that looks. All right, now the next thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to go to Modify and Page Properties, and just here in the Appearance, this very first category, the Appearance CSS, I'm just going to set the background color here, and I want to pick a background color that kind of goes along with my Iron Man poster. So kind of a deep red might look pretty good, and I can apply that if I want to see what it looks like. Now see, the background looks pretty good, but up here where it says my Iron Man poster, not so sure that that text color works all that well. So I might change the text color here and make it maybe kind of a goldish color and apply that. And maybe that will show up a little bit better. See that, my Iron Man poster? Good. All right, and I'm going to apply that, and I'll click OK. Now down here at the bottom, this little bitty text right down here that says Go Home, I want to link that. I want to link it back to the index page. So what I'll do is drag over it here, and I'm going to I'll drag over it, and I'm going to use that pick whip again down here on the link on the properties panel where it says link, and I've got that pick whip. I want this to be linked to my index page. Got it. Okay, and I can just save that page. That one should be all taken care of. All right, now let's move on. I'm going to go over here to my solar system page. Right here it is, solar HTML. I'll double click that, and remember, it's an empty page. Now once again, I have to think, okay, where did that come from? Where did that solar system movie or that solar system diagram come from? Well, that was an Adobe Illustrator file. So what I've got to do is go to Adobe Illustrator. I've got it running here. It should be popping up here in a second. It's being a little bit slow, but it's coming. And there it is. And I even have my solar system open already. If you didn't have your solar system open, you would just have to click File and click Open and go find your, whatever file it is you're looking for, your solar system or whatever picture it is you're looking for. Now, to get it ready to put on the website, it's going to be a very similar thing. I'm going to go to File and I'm going to go to Save for Web. All right, give it a second here. It's reading and loading and spinning up. And here we go. Now for the up here, again on the preset here, what I'll probably do is just use JPEG high. It makes a JPEG of high quality, and that looks good to me. So I'm just going to use this JPEG high. It's set on JPEG. So I'll come down here to the bottom right-hand side and I'll save it. Now I want to save this into my web folder. So again, you would go to Drive H and look for your web folder. I'm not connected to my Drive H, so I'll go to my little hard drive here, my Drive E, and scroll down here to my web folder. There it is. Open that up. And this is going to be called, I'll just call it Solar System. All right, that's good. And I'll just save that. All right. Now I can hop out of, I'll just get Adobe Illustrator out of the way, and I can put this on here the same way as I did on the other one. I can put a title at the top if I want to. My solar system. Press enter there. I can do insert image. And again, if I'm looking in my web folder, right here where it says look in, if it's looking in the right place in the web folder, it ought to show up. There it is. There's my... Now this is not the only way to add an image, but this way works. So here's Solar System. I'll click OK right there. I'm just going to click OK on this accessibility thing. Now I'm going to click to the right of the picture in this empty white space, press enter, and I'm going to put those words down here again, go home. All right. Now I'm going to dress it up kind of like I did before. I want to take this title up here, and I'm going to make it a heading 1. You could make it whatever size you want. And I'm going to modify align center. Okay, I'm going to click on the picture and do format. I said modify, I meant format, align center. And this text down here that says go home, I'm going to do format, align center. Okay. Now, again, you have to decide, do I want that white page background? All right, and I think this would look better with a black page background, so I'm going to go to Modify and go to Page Properties, and this Appearance CSS for the background color. I'm going to make the background black, but the text color on this is going to be a problem. If I apply that black background, you'll see that my text disappeared because the text is black. So I think I would do better here if I change the text color to even white would be okay if I apply that. All right, so it says my solar system, and it's got my diagram on there. All right, and I've got that. Now, I want to link this up down here, this part that says go home. I want to link that up to the index page, so I'm going to drag over it. I'll use my pick whip. I'll point to the index page here, and I've got it. Yay. So I'll save that file. And we're looking good here. We're doing well. Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to wrap up this movie. We're going to stop here, and then in the next movie I'll show you how you can do anything, any flash file. If what you want to share on your microsite is a flash file, a flash movie, I'll show you how to do that. And then I'll also show you what to do in case you are working with your podcast. I'll show you how to do that as well. All right. That's it for this movie. Make sure you watch the next one.